Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Gaskins here. They're popping in. Now, I wanted to talk about this because I saw on the video I did about the Soraya and Joey Bad a lady commented. She said, "Tony, let's be fair. Not all nerds are good guys. A lot of these doctors are players too." And that is very true. And I want to talk about that and explain a little something that we could do to help, but it is not really gonna work because we're not gonna be able to spread it worldwide. It's not like I'm on national news or got a billboard in every city. But the thing about it is you'll be able to pick that up very fast. You could pick it up on the first date if a man, and I don't like the word nerd or lame or anything like that. It's just the street terms. And so I don't really mean that when I be saying that like that. And really unfortunate. And to the men who may feel like that's to you, I apologize. It's just a street term. I don't mean it in a derogatory way or nothing like that. I have male clients who are doctors and lawyers and surgeons and things of that nature. And some of them are single, and some of them have recently got in a relationship or what have you. But the reason why a lot of these men are mad, and you see some of them on YouTube with YouTube channels, and they will find the content that make women look the worst, and they'll post about that content and do reactions to that content to paint the narrative that women are trash. And they're doing that because they were overlooked. And it's key little signs. So what I told y'all about when a man beard don't connect, or if a man goes bald early and the shape of his head is different, too light, too dark, too tall, too short, too anything, kids are cruel. And one thing you know about being a former kid is that kids are cruel. Kids don't care nothing about you. Kids will drag you from top to bottom, left to right, and will drag you all day long. Every time they see you in the hallway, in class, after school, before school, on the internet, on the video game, at practice, kids will drag you to filth. They don't have a barometer, a thermometer, a gauge. They don't understand feelings and emotions. Even though they have them, they don't understand them. So bullies don't understand how detrimental bullying is to somebody else. And that's what y'all have to realize about 90% of men has gone through that rigmarole, just went through all of that stuff. At some point, they were overlooked, they were mistreated, they were talked about, touched, abused, like 90% of men. And so when you see these men with an attitude, they angry, they got these stipulations for women. Woman gotta say this, say that, do this, do that. If she say this, I ain't dating her. If she say that, I'm cutting off. And they got all of these rules. I remember coaching a client, and she showed me the conversation of her and this guy that she met on Facebook dating. And the guy like was her she from the islands or somewhere or another country. And so her text tone is very direct, and it comes off as cold and harsh sometimes. And so The guy got offended. And I told her she was wrong for that, the way she was so sharp and like almost trying to train him or teach him or reprimand him. And I'm like, you're not his mom. You don't have to reprimand him. You just take notice of what he said, how he said it, take a mental note and move accordingly. And so sent me like the stuff he said, and he got back with her. Now he got back with her, went to kind of snapping and kind of putting in her place, and then being very rude, being very condescending, and like, I'm gonna share this video with you since you seem to know nothing about men and relationships, according to what you said. And then the video is like a video that a lame would watch. And it's men on YouTube that have like lame training schools. It's kind of like, and I'll be honest with you. If I would have went into that field, boy, I would have made so much money. Cause listen, when I say that, I'm not bragging to you, and I'm not saying I used to look good or nothing like that, but I'm just telling you, I was all the way him. I ain't have no problem with women. Like, I had homeboys that became pro athletes. They came to me for women. And all my homeboys came to me for women. Hey, T, what up? What? Hey, you got somebody I can hit, man? Hey, put me on this chick, put me on that chick, put me on that chick. And I was the one who made the connection because I had an abundance of women. And that's how the Dazzling Dimes started. My homeboy came to me and he said, bro, you got a way with women that's not common. And I was like, what you mean, bro? And he was like, and you need to do something with that. And I'm like, what you mean? And he was like, bro, you just could do stuff with women, and the amount of women you got and can get, it's just not common, bro. You need to do something with that. And I started the Dazzling Dimes. And I just had a conversation with a bunch of girls at the college, and they joined the clique, and they was the Dazzling Dimes. And I put them in uniforms, boy shorts with tank tops with the glitter. Found a guy on MySpace in Atlanta who made glitter shirts, and took them to the club, and they twerked and got money thrown at them. And then someone wanted to do more than that with guys, but I didn't let them do it because they didn't understand the danger that they was asking me to put them in front of, like going to a hotel or apartment with a group of a bunch of guys, and they thinking they just gonna go in there and twerk. And I'm like, no, that's not what's gonna be the end of that. You go in there and get hurt. And they were like, Tony, we want to make money. We want to make money. And I could have became an active pimp, and I could have been Andrew Tate. But I guess God didn't let me go that far. And I knew better. And I knew in my heart that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. And my mama, she known for speaking her mind. And she said to me one day, she was like, you need to do something different. Like, I'm my friends be asking me how little Tony doing, cause my daddy named Tony Senior. How little Tony doing, and I don't know what to tell him. Like, what I'm supposed to tell him? He got a bunch of girls that he take around to the club to dance, and he like working girls in the club. Like, I'm ashamed. I don't know what to say. Look at me today. She shade now, boy. She shade now. But that thing hit me though. And so that's what you got to realize. Like, my experience that I had with women is a top 1%. Like, I don't know a single other man that come from what I come from and was doing and did what I did. And not off the muscle, with no money, with no fame, with no notoriety. Yeah, guys get a bunch of women when they become millionaires and when they become pro athletes, but just off the muscle in high school and college, it wasn't happening. And guys used to literally bow down to me. Like, they literally be riding down the street, they'll roll down the window and salute me. Hey, boy, hey, yeah, boy, you doing that thing, boy. Hey, I salute you. And that's how they was. And I started dazzling down after Cherie broke up with me after a few months. And she was out to the club because she was friends with the club promoters. So she'll just be out there standing around and stuff like that. And she seen me pull up with a dazzling dimes. And although she a good woman, she a classy woman, I think it still kind of hit her like, dang, like that boy ain't missing me at all. Like that boy can have any woman he want. Like I done broke up with him like I'm all of that. And he pull up with 8 of them. My goodness. And I remember looking at her one time and she was trying not to look at him, but she was looking sick. Cause she was looking like, hey, he like that with it. What you thought? And so when we got back together, she was all over me, boy. She was all over me now. Fell right in love, right back in love now. And so you got to realize these men, I just seen a guy do a video and he is one of them overlooked guys, but now he got a supercar. And he was talking about, basically he was trying to yada the awakening other men, saying you got muscles and all of that, but what you think a woman want more of, a man with muscles or a man with a supercar? And he didn't even realize what he was saying. He was saying, if you get a supercar, you're gonna get more attention from women than if you have muscles. And he was like, yes, the best thing is to have the body and the supercar. But if you can't get the body or you don't have the body, it's better to have the supercar than the body. And he was just talking about how him and his friend was outside. Friend got a supercar, he got a supercar, and all of the girls, even though he was out with his wife, all of the girls was looking at their supercars. And to me, it was just lame because I'm just like, what, that you happy about that? Like you excited about that? Like that turned you on? Like you just all the girls looking at me. Like to me, that lame. And so, but that's how a lot of men are. Like they whole focus is getting attention from women, looking like the man to women, looking like they got all the money or looking like they got all the success. And that's why y'all are going through hell on earth. And when I say hell, I'm not using it like a cuss word. I'm talking about like, hey, the real thing. That's why y'all going through a little bit of hell on earth, because of these men being butthurt and having been overlooked and having been mistreated by women. And you can tell that though in the first date. It don't matter what he talking about. It don't matter how much money he make. Don't matter none of that. You will be able to tell if he is defensive, if he's snappy, if he's condescending. He make little snarky remarks. He wear his job on his forehead, or his money or what he does is on his forehead. That's when you will know he is a revenge of the nerds, revenge of the lames, and you got to cut him off. A man who is confident, and this is the thing. So it's not that just be with a nerd. No, it be with somebody who was raised right, who got internal confidence, and his confidence is from within and not outwardly or from without. It's from within, and he's able to know who he is. So he's not competing with you in the conversation. He ain't trying to stun on you. He's not trying to impress you. He's just having a normal conversation. He ain't throwing out numbers. He ain't throwing out success. He ain't throwing out none of that. He really is getting to know you. Like the conversation really is all about you. He want to know your mind. He want to know your heart. He want to know your life. And you got to make sure that you don't fall for the foolishness and be up there bragging about your job and your career and your money and your degrees, and you and Cheyenne Bryan is classmates from Argosy and you a doctorate, and not wearing all that on your forehead, because then he's going to know you're insecure and you don't know who you are, and you think that your paperwork makes you somebody and makes you special, but your character and your heart and your personality and your mind and your conversation skills don't make you anything. Like, you don't even care about that. You're not even thinking about that. You focus more on your job title and your degrees and stuff like that. And that's where, and again, women who are like that were overlooked by the boys coming up. And so they're insecure and they wear that stuff on their forehead. And now the same thing with the women, you have revenge of the lames, revenge of the nerds. So like the lady who got the dating app thing and the single show, she got a lot of air in her chest and she always be putting men down and talking about, oh, I'm so busy, I'm so successful, I ain't got time for this, I ain't got time for that. But as a black man, I can look at her and tell that she wasn't coveted, like she wasn't chased down by men, because if she was, for one, she would already be married. And it ain't that, oh, she could have been married a million times. It's like a lot of women say that, but you're not married for a reason, because the men you met was bombs. It just wasn't up to par. And just because you're not married, it don't necessarily mean something is wrong with you, but you got to look into and understand, what is the disconnect. Is it because I'm in protective custody? Is it because there's a shortage of men? Or is it because there's something that I'm doing wrong? And it's one of those three. It's one of those three. And like the lady with the dating app, it's because of what she doing wrong. It ain't because when you successful and you notable, it's plenty of men out there for you. But when you wear your success on your forehead and you think that's what gives you your value, it's going to turn off every single real man. And the only man you will attract is a user. He will be basically just a prop. He's just a position, a seat filler. And he's there to use you. And he's also there to usurp and to embarrass you. And he's going to be the type of man to where he's going to beat the prenup. He's going to let you get a prenup, but the prenup still has to be fair and has to have stipulations in it for him. So it's going to say that, like, if you earn more money than him, after 5 years, he gets this amount. After 10 years, he gets this amount. And that's why you have some men getting spousal support, child support, alimony, whatever it's called, severance pay from the woman who earns more. And that's all you're going to attract. You're not going to attract a real man. If you can't be humble and graceful as a man or a woman in your success, in your accolades, you're going to attract the wrong type of person. And the guy who was talking about his supercar and how this guy had the body and he took his shirt off, but none of the girls was looking at the guy who had the body. But then when him and his friend went outside and they crunk up their supercars, all the girls was looking at them. It was, and he thought that meant something. All it means is that if you were single, you just gonna get used by one of them girls that's looking at your supercar. Because a real woman don't care about your supercar. Like, she honestly don't even know what it is. She looking at it like, if it ain't a Mercedes Benz or a Lexus, to her it could just be a body shop fixed up, one of them little drifting Tokyo Drift Fast and Furious cars. Not every woman know what a Lamborghini and a Porsche and a McLaren and Ferrari and all of that is. And not every woman is in the car. So she see your car. She don't know if that car costs $10,000 and you fixed it up and painted it, or if it costs $200,000-$300,000. The women who know what a supercar is, 90% of them know for the wrong reasons because they're a gold digger. It's only 10% of them know because they into cars. They daddy was in the cars or they just was in the cars. But 90% of them know because they gold diggers and they coming to you for that supercar. So you ain't won nothing. You have not won nothing. You won Mr. Dummy Award because now you finna get used. She finna poke a hole in that condom. She finna get pregnant. You finna be taken care of for the rest of your life. So that ain't no compliment either. But what I want you to realize with these here men is they upset. They upset. Their butt hurt. And it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate thing, but it's a real thing. The men who were overlooked coming up, but they're not butt hurt, it's because 9 out of 10 times it's because they had a good mom who spoke life into them. And their mom always told them, you are so handsome. You are so smart. You are so handsome, boy. You so smart. Boy, you so confident. Boy, you are a genius. Boy, what can't you do? Boy, you could do anything. What you thinking about being when you grow up? You could do it. You could do that. Anything else you want to do, you could do that too. You could do anything you put your mind to, son. Those are the men who don't be butthurt. And I ain't talking about a mom, who served the son hand and foot and he could yell at her, curse at her, all of that. That's the worst kind of mom. That's the worst kind of mom. That's why y'all have the problems that you have, because a lot of moms are scared of their son. Like I saw the mom who not to say that she did it the right way or her son ain't gonna be no handful, but I love the fact that she stepped down on her son. It's a video. Her son was bullying her kid, and the bully wasn't innocent because he took his shoe off and just dropped it on the floor instead of putting it in the boy's hand. He gonna just drop it on the floor. I guess it's just socially awkward, didn't know what to do. But mama was like, "Whoa!" She wanted the ooh balls. She was like, "Take off them shoes right now. Take off them shoes right now. You give her them shoes. You give her them shoes right now. You gonna pick on his shoes. We don't do that. We don't do that. Boy, we done had a lot of hard time. Boy, we done came from nothing, boy. Give him them shoes right now." And he ain't try to jump bad with mama because she's still bigger than him now. But the fear of God she putting in him right now will make him respect her, so that even when he is big enough to whoop her, he will know my mama will kill me. If I try her, I'm gonna have to kill her because she will stab me. She will shoot me. My mama don't play because she ain't never played my whole life. And that's what a man respect. That's what a boy respect. And he not gonna play with mama if she have to get all the way with him. And some boys, you don't have to get like that. Their personality just ain't like that. You ain't got to yell at them. You ain't got to do none of that. You ain't got to spank them or nothing. You just could talk to them. And it's just because you've been consistent, you've been active. But a lot of these men is a handful because of how they was raised by their mama and daddy. And if their daddy wasn't there, then it's their mama just coddling them and just doing everything for them instead of teaching them stuff and all of that. And so that's one of those things. And so that's what you got to realize. Y'all got to forgive me on reading comments. And so that's what you got to realize. And you got to be able to pick that up. And if he slipped past you on the first date, he gonna show it on the second date. If he don't show it on the second date, it's gonna be on the third date. But it's gonna be within them first 3 dates, you're gonna see that he's insecure, so therefore he's arrogant instead of being confident. Confidence is rooted in humility. Arrogance is rooted in insecurity. And so that's what you have to pay attention. And the way you'll know is you have to ask yourself, how does it make me feel? If he makes you feel less than or timid or like you have to shrink, then that's a red flag. You got to pay attention to that. If he don't let you be fully you and let you talk, I saw a lady today and she was talking about like, oh, if a woman is loud and all of that, I mean, you're a weak man. And again, that's a woman giving advice when actually it means you're a strong man because you don't. And that's what I had to learn. I used to try to tell my wife how to be and how to show her personality, but then at the soccer games and stuff, and then I had to realize, I say, you know what? If she yelling and screaming and people don't like it, she making herself look bad. Like people will be looking at me and be like, "Oh man, I feel sorry for him." Ain't nobody gonna look at me and you not finna look at me and look at the way I look at you and look at the way I walk and look at the way I talk and the way I carry myself and think I'm no punk and think she just running all over me. What you gonna realize is that I'm a real man, and so she just got full free reign to be herself. And if she end up getting herself in trouble and embarrassing herself, which she has done, and it start to hurt the kid, then she start to learn like, okay, I got to chill out. But then what I had to learn is like, okay, I hear her voice because I know her voice, but I started listening for the other parents around us, and they was yelling at their child just as much. For me, it was different because I don't say a word at the game. I look at it like these are children. They have to learn from their mistakes. They have a coach. I don't need to say anything. Unless my son is exhibiting a attitude and a bad behavior and showing poor character, he's not gonna hear nothing from me other than motivation. If he get close enough, hey, good job, keep going. Hey, stay locked in, keep going. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm not gonna yell out correction and stuff like that. But it's also because I was a high level athlete. I didn't make it high level, but I was always the best athlete growing up. I was the best football player, the best basketball player in my age group, in my city, in my county. And so I look at it totally different because it was guys who weren't as good as me who went on to be pros. It's just I started selling drugs and sleeping around with a bunch of women, and that derailed me. And so I take that into consideration as well. And I notice, the type of dads and stuff like that who be doing a bunch of hollering and yelling, a lot of them be living through their kid. And so you got to realize that all these things play into how these men are today. And my sons, they're not going to be perfect. No man is going to be perfect. But one thing I know is they're going to hear my voice and they're going to listen to me. And if they talking to their woman a certain way, treating their woman a certain way, I'm going to step down on them and I'm going to let them know like, hey, I know you seen some stuff from me. I know you saw my attitude at times. I know you saw me, get out of character at times when you was growing up. And whether that was, me having to yell at you or get in your face or whatever. But I always treated your mom like a woman. I always looked out for her, took care of her, and I did my absolute best with her. Now, I ain't never gonna get ran over. Now I ain't gonna never get disrespect. I ain't gonna never put up with none of that now. So you ain't see that either. But don't be trying to punk your woman. And I talk to him. And sometimes a man listen to different people at different times. Some men only gonna respond to their mama. Some men gonna respond to their dad. For me, I respond to my dad. Like I listen to my dad, so I could hear him. So when he said something to me, I could hear him. But I didn't start listening until 23 years old, after my wife left me for going back to the streets selling drugs. And then I went to my dad and I said, hey, teach me how to be a man. Like, what do I need to do? How I need to do this thing? And that's when I listened to every word he said. Hey, make sure I gotta get ready to go here in 13 minutes for a call. Make sure you get on your free trial at the Purpose Pushers. We got a call tonight, 7 p.m. So hop on in there. It's gonna be a great little call. And oh, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. But I was supposed to be going out of town, and for some reason, I don't know what I did wrong. I booked my flight for the wrong day, and the day has already passed. I'm supposed to be flying out. So here I am, think I'm flying out tomorrow on Thursday. I done booked my flight for Sunday, and I don't know. I don't think I could call and get it changed or use the credit because I missed it. And so, and I don't even want to be on there like that. And they laughing at me like, who do these black people think they are? Like, are you that dumb? Were you raised? Were you still in slavery? How did you not know you can't call after you miss a flight and use the credit? Oh my god, I just got off with a black guy. So I'm just talking it up. Flight was $600 too, boy. I say, man, I'm about to have to do me a GoFundMe. So you got to realize and understand. And you got to realize that. And God bless you. Y'all forgive him. Y'all forgive him. And so think about it and pay attention to it. And I'm gonna tell you, the thing about it is this is the thing that this is the thing. I would, and I'm gonna urge you on this right here now. Don't settle for a man just because he has a good job and he makes good money. The sad part about women is that y'all are too easily bought. Make up in your mind that you will go make your own money and be committed to that. I know you don't want to work. Nobody want to work. We men don't want to work either. And when you don't want to work, the man don't want to work, but because he got to work, if he providing, women go through a lot. Stay-at-home moms go through a lot. It's a lot of growing that we have to do as men before we stop mine versus yours, this mine, do what I say do, and treating a woman like a slave. And that's the part that a lot of stay-at-home moms don't talk about or admit to. That growth period that man got to go through. And then there's some women who they may have never had to go through that, but you know what also they be going through that they don't know about, or sometimes they know about, they man be cheating. They man be sleeping with prostitutes. I done seen two different white men get caught up this week for nefarious behavior. One, the owner of the 49ers that I did a video on, who went to hire a prostitute, and he got a wedding ring on. I don't know if he married or if that was the wrong hand I was looking at, but looked like he had a wedding ring on. Talked to try to hire a prostitute, and probably got a stay-at-home wife. She got the absolute life, and look what a man out there doing. He probably don't give her no problem. Got no budget, do whatever she want to do, and look what a man doing. So when a man giving you his all and it's all about you, you're gonna have to hear his mouth. And you're gonna have to learn how to talk to him and communicate with him to let him know, like, hey, that's unacceptable. And that's what my wife had to teach me, because she haven't worked since she was 20 years old. She turned 40 next month, September 26th. She turned 40. Guess what, y'all? Y'all be sending a cash out, and change the rule to where after a few people send you $1 or whatever they send you, they shut it down. You can't even receive it. Like, my goodness. What the world? And so, yeah. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. Got a call in 8 minutes. Pay attention to this. Learn the signs. Pay attention. Oh, and what I was saying, don't get bought. Be willing to walk away. Yes, it's gonna be hard to meet a man who has it all, who good personality and all of that. But don't settle. You will be happier alone than you will being in a relationship with a man that's treating you like property and talking to you like a dog. Like, I've been married over 19 years and I'm still trying to grow as a man. Like, I'm still trying to be better. And it's questions I want to ask that I feel like, Tony, that's an insecure question. Tony, that's a non-consequential question, inconsequential question. Like that, Tony, that's a dumb question. Like, that's a dumb topic. Like, why do you even want to ask that? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, Tony, that's coming from insecurity. Like, why do you even want to say that? Because even if it is true, what is she gonna say? Yeah, you're right. I do want you to leave for a few days. Like, no, she's not gonna say that. So why would you even ask, are you happy about me leaving? And so, but all of those things run through your mind as a human, male and female. And we have to learn how to be mature, how to be confident, and all of those things. And so that's a constant battle with the mind, especially when you gotta live on social media and you seeing so many narratives on social media. Like right now, I see a bunch of women talking about how women don't like having sex because it's not pleasing to them. So then, as a man, when you see that, you want to bring up that conversation and be like, "Hey, do you not like having sex with me?" But then you got to realize, what is she supposed to say? So you got to come to have some resolve within yourself to just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna understand, and I'm gonna do my thing now, and just get what you get. Don't pitch a fit. Like, ain't it's some things I want that I can't get, but hey, that's how the mop flop and the cookie crumble. Like, everybody gonna always be pleased in everything. Might want me a little action that ain't getting. Like, that come with it. Like, nobody is responsible for your happiness. Nobody is responsible for your pleasure. And social media will have us thinking that our spouse is responsible for our happiness and our pleasure, and everything supposed to always be hunky dory and perfect. And that caused a lot of rifts in relationships. So even I've been I've been on this journey for since 2007, and just always talking to myself, teaching myself every day, just talking to myself. And so, like, even right now, I'm like, hey, I want my wife, her birthday next month. I want to make sure she have a season of peace. That she ain't gotta have no tough conversations. She not confrontational. She don't like tough conversations. She ain't gotta answer to nothing. She ain't gotta answer to me. It ain't gotta be nothing serious. It ain't gotta be nothing deep. Ain't having no budgeting talks or no this and that talks. And man, just live. Just live, laugh, love, have fun, handle what you got to handle as a man, do what you got to do, make things happen, and don't cry and complain. Get up, go to work, come home, laugh, smile, talk, feel her spirit, pay attention to how she moving, how she feeling. And if you could tell that this ain't a time to try to make out or make no move, then don't do it. And if she completely happy and she in a good mood, and every this and that ain't involved in it, then okay, that's cool. Like, that's a good thing. It's like, if you can, and my wife told me that a long time ago. She was like, to me, hanging out watching TV feel like sex. She was like, being in your presence feel like sex. She was like, laughing and talking with you. She was like, it's all a great feeling. She was like, I don't even separate the feelings. She was like, and I learned that from her, that making love is communication. When sex is an expression of fulfilling lust. But the real making love is making love to the mind, when you can have great conversation, and then at the right time. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. People be online bumping their gums, but it's like when you waking up 4 o'clock in the morning and you ripping and running all day and you tired, and I be on the phone with people hours a day. It's like I don't be feeling like having no sex. And then my wife and her life and her schedules, she don't be feeling like having no sex. So sometimes we just lay beside each other in the bed and just have some on TV. We'll Uber Eats, put the food in between us and eat right there. And that'd be the best days in the world. And just got to realize and understand that. And so a lot of people don't get that though. But hey, this Tony Gaskin, God bless you. Make sure join us. Get your free trial in the Purpose Pushers community. Once you come in there, you ain't gonna want to leave. Great community, building it day by day, and don't know what the cap on it gonna be. We'll just see what the Lord do. But just be a great place to meet like-minded people, hear other people questions and stories, and just be able to build from there. But God bless you. Keep your head up. We'll talk soon.